Hello guys, welcome to TMX Adventures. Lisa here. Hey, it's been a little while since I've come to you, but I am starting to show you snacks because last time I got on, I asked you, what can I help you with most with your thermomixing? And there were two things that shone through the most, and it was dinners and snacks, but snacks was at the top of the list. So today I'm going to start with a snack series, and very conveniently, we've just got back from camping, and in the preparation for camping, we were not able to take our Thermomix this time due to our car challenges. You might remember that from 2 weeks ago. They're still not fixed. It's been a little stressful. But because we couldn't take our Thermomix like we normally did, we pre-made everything and took everything pre-made in the fridges and freezers, which worked out beautifully. So I'm going to tell you about what we made to take camping because a lot of that was snacking. And so I'm going to take you to that soon as well. But this morning, I'm going to show you these really quick, super healthy, nutritionally packed bliss balls. If you have not found these on Cookidoo and given them a go yet, you need to add them to your list. They are amazing. So we're going to go straight to start cooking. These are going to make 12 bliss balls. They have carrot in them. So wash your carrots, but otherwise that's what you need to do. 120 grams of carrots. The ends are edible. Don't feel like you have to cut them off. They don't need to be wasted at all. Okay, so then goes my carrots on with the lid. And we're going to chop this down for 3 seconds, speed 7. If you're cooking with a TM5, or 31, you can cook along these videos because I tell you what to do every step of the way. So we now have, wait for that to catch up, grated carrot. How cool is that? 3 seconds with a Thermomix, right? It does not get easier than that. Tells us to transfer to a bowl and set aside. So I've got the awesome vacuum seals. Currently, if you're looking at buying a TM6, it's going to come with a second bowl set. This is Australian, okay? I know that some of you guys watch on from overseas, Australian customers. If you're thinking about getting a TM6, reach out. Second bowl set, valued at $395, plus the set of these. So this is the smallest one. It has these awesome, it has a wand that comes with it. You get the medium and the large as well. And it sucks the air out, so it makes things last longer and stay fresher. I'm just using it today as a decant container. By the way, say hi if you're watching on. Hit the subscribe button if you're watching on the replay on YouTube tonight. Those of you on Facebook, remember to engage so that you get these videos. Because otherwise it just won't show up anymore, which you don't want. So I'm putting that into the bowl aside for the moment. Get that out of the way. By the way, if you like carrot cake, you're going to love these, okay? So that's why, if you haven't found them, you need to. Hello, Annette. Lovely to see you on. Okay, next up, we're going to start adding all our other ingredients. So it has medjool dates. Now, if you have just dried, oh dear, my recording's stopping. That's a problem. That's okay. We keep going. Dates. So if you've only got dried dates, just soak them with some boiling water for as long as you've got. If you've only got 5 minutes, that's okay. A little bit of boiling water over the top. Tip the boiling water into a container. You may need to add it. Make sure you take out the seeds, yeah? You might need to add a little bit of date water later, just because sometimes they're a bit drier in the mix. So keep that date, because it's kind of slightly sweetened from the natural process of it reabsorbing. So keep it just in case you need to add some back in. Mine were frozen. We freeze ours, okay? 4 dried apricots. So I've actually got 5 just because that's what came out of the packet. If you ever get sulfur-free ones, sulfite-free, you'll notice they're brown. They still taste the same. They just don't have the vibrant orange color. Applesauce. I don't have applesauce. I don't know about you guys, but applesauce is not something that I generally keep in the pantry. I'm going to guess this is a UK recipe, maybe. But I do have some well-loved, well-traveled apples that have come back from camping. So I've got the half that is still okay, and I'm going to put that in. It says 2 tablespoons. So I might be being a little generous, but that's okay. Again, you may need that date water because you're making it a little drier. Okay, maple syrup. We don't have maple syrup generally. I do have honey. I managed to get some local honey when I was away. I needed it for a dressing that I made to go on. I'll tell you what in a minute. I'll tell you about what our menu was. So 2 tablespoons of that. I think that's 1 tablespoon. Let's go for 1 more. So this is beautiful local Pomona honey near where we were camping in the middle of nowhere. So if you did try and reach out over the weekend, I had no reception. Okay, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I've got the homemade stuff. I actually need to buy some more cheap vodka and pop this up a little bit more. You can see it's starting to low down in there. You'll see a video on that. You can find that on my YouTube. I showed you how to make that. Okay, on with the lid and the measuring cup. Those watching on, have you made these bliss balls before? Okay, you need to give them a go. They're beautiful. And I've got some swaps to make it easier, so just hang in for that. 6 seconds, speed 7. Let's go. You can hear the semi-frozen date in there, so the date is definitely hard. Please remember to remove your pips. They're not like nuts. You can't eat them. They just break your teeth. Ooh, doesn't that look pretty? It looks like something that belongs in a fruitcake. I should have put my bottom light on under here so you could see. Sorry. Rolled oats. Oh, it smells yummy too. That would be my vanilla. Okay, some rolled oats. If you can't do rolled oats because of the gluten in the rolled oats, quinoa flakes would be my suggestion. Okay, 80 grams, which is not much. Probably, I guess, half a cup if you were in the old ways of cups. I don't own cups anymore, so I can't really tell you. However, if you need to know, ask Google. Google knows those things. I'm also shopping hopefully tonight, so I should get a restock in the pantry and the fridge at the moment. More so the fridge. At the moment we've come home and, you know, most of the stuff is gone. Now, coconut flour. It's been a long time since I've had coconut flour. I could have started the recipe and milled it down. Shredded coconut milled for 10 seconds. Coconut flour. 3 seconds, you're going to get shredded from the you're going to get desiccated from shredded. I'm just going to today put in our nut seed mix. So every morning we make little circle fritters that are zucchini and sweet potato. You've heard me talk about them before. And one of the ingredients in it, we put 150 grams of just milled down seeds and nuts. It's a flour mix, except this is a bit coarser. Somebody didn't mill it as long as I did. I'm just going to use that instead. It's only 30 grams. It's not a huge amount. So in that goes... what would I do instead? I can hear you thinking, if I don't have that, Lisa, a little bit of almond meal, mill down some seeds at the beginning, grab some sunflower seeds and mill it down, skip it out, mill down coconut at the beginning, like all of those things. If I got to this step and I didn't have that, I'd just skip it. It would work. I reckon it would work. Worst case scenario, you have a slightly stickier mix. Chances are if you've soaked your dates, you're going to have equaled out that anyway. So I wouldn't stress. I would not go shopping, okay? I would not go shopping and buy coconut flour for this recipe for 30 grams. Okay, if it's something where you're seeing it come up in lots of recipes, buy it. If it's just for this recipe, don't do it, okay? All right, half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. About that. Okay, nutmeg, not much nutmeg. It's 99% of the time in recipes, it is half as much nutmeg to cinnamon, okay? Just a rule of thumb. Ginger, because it's carrot cake, yeah? Quarter of a teaspoon, not much. Need to top up my containers. Actually, I'm transitioning from that into a different spice rack, which I'll share with you soon. Those of you who were on my cook along last month, you got to see my spice rack as we cooked over on the stovetop. So yes, but I'll show you that. It's not quite done yet. The one that hubby built for me. Okay, in with the carrot. Now on with the lid, and we're literally finishing this off. I might actually scrape down that beautiful apple and dates and apricots that are at the top. And then we're going to flick over in a second. I'm going to show you some Cookidoo. Well, I'm going to try to. We'll see how this works. Next. Okay, 10 seconds, speed 3. Off it goes. Oh, drop some on the mouse. Okay, it's mixing through. And then we check the texture. We check the texture as what our family and ourselves might like, because it's done. So it says scrape down the sides. Oh no, one more blitz. Scrape down the sides. It's done. Nope, jumping ahead, Lisa. 10 seconds, speed 3 is the next one. Now, at the moment, I'm just going to check that texture and see what it's like. Now, they do seem to me, at a glance, very textured, right? Like, not as fine as bliss balls might be. It's up to you as to whether that's something you enjoy or not. Okay. Pulling them together, they do come together, but they're a bit flaky. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to increase speed on this next blitz so that I can somewhat make it finer. Yeah. So it says speed 3, which is only a mix. I'm going to go faster. That it was pretty much done, yeah? You could hear that sound of it sticking out to the side. So I reckon I've made that quite thin, which is what my plan was. Now, I only have shredded coconut at the moment, so that's what I'm going to use. It's going to be quite chunky. Hello, Linda. Lovely to see you on today. Okay, place 10 to 20 grams of desiccated coconut in a bowl. Oh, that's better. Now it's like biscuit mix, right? That's what I was aiming for. I didn't think the kids would eat it quite that chunky. Plus, it was flaky. There was nothing holding it together, gelling it together. Take teaspoons of mixture, shape into a ball, and roll into coconut until covered. So, that's better. All right, let me show you that difference now. So if I grab up some, and straight away I can feel it on here. Now, these are going to be better if you refrigerate them. However, if you get a pop them straight in your mouth straight away, they'll be fine as well. What I wouldn't suggest with this recipe, there you go, look at that. I wouldn't suggest pressing this into a tray. Many of the recipes that have a high nut content, you can push them in, the bliss ball mix straight in and let it set and then cut it. I don't think this has quite enough nuts in it to do that. It's relying really on everything that's in it just to hold it together, a bit like you'd expect from biscuit and cookie mix. Does that make sense? I told you this year was about teaching you my thinking behind some of the decisions I make, how I make the swaps and stuff, and that's what I would be thinking there. All right, let me show you this. Now, in hindsight, or maybe I'll put in my second bowl, because if you're buying a Thermomix at the moment, you get a second bowl for free and those things. But there you go. In hindsight, my shredded coconut is quite coarse, as you'd expect. And so it doesn't stick amazingly well. It's doing okay though, but not great. So I'm having to push it into the mix, which is okay. And I'll continue on. But if you have a second bowl, you put your second bowl in if you've only got shredded, and in 3 seconds you turn it into desiccated, or 10 seconds to flour, coconut flour. But there you go. They are your beautiful energy bliss balls. Okay, so let me just put that aside. Where's my towel? I'm just going to show you Cookidoo. That's all right. Fingers aren't too bad. Let me see if I can jump over to my my computer. I didn't check this beforehand. Let's see if it comes up. There we go. Excuse that. That's the part I'm recording to out on Facebook. So let's have a look at this. This is my camping collection. So when we were getting ready for camping, I, weeks in advance, had started putting a collection together. And this is not all of them, because some of them are created recipes and you can't put them in collections yet. Watch this space. It never surprises me what the Germans can do. And hopefully you guys can see this. So these are some of the recipes we put in the freezer ready for camping. And one of them was the zucchini slice, but we don't just use zucchini. If you look back in a recent video, check out on YouTube, go back about 3 weeks time, you would have seen me make the quick veggie slice where I base it off zucchini slice, but I skip all the in-between steps of cooking. I literally blitz it, add the eggs and the flour and the oil and cook it. And I don't use just zucchini. So check that out. That's what we took away, a 1.5 batch of that. The sweet potato oatmeal bars, they are phenomenal, and people don't realize, okay, like an Anzac, it's kind of like an Anzac slice, but with sweet potato as the sweetener, so way less sugar and beautiful. That chocolate on top, also just next level. The Magic Muffins by Noni Jenkins, absolutely beautiful, hiding things in there, and the kids would never know, except my kids made it, okay? All these recipes my kids made in preparation while I was being a stressed out, crazy lady trying to sort a car out to get us to camping. We made a couple of quiche Lorraines for the freezer, made them in a big rectangle so that we could freeze them in Glad bags flat. We pre-steamed the chicken for the chicken salad and kept it kind of all separate and put it together later. Same with the potato salad. Hamburger patties, pretty self-explanatory, but freezing them flat and then putting them in a Glad bag. And we actually put them into tacos, okay? So then we had kebabs. Now, we didn't make these ones particularly. We actually did just veggies and meat, but I made a dressing, which is on created recipes. Yogurt with berry coulis. I made the berry coulis. We had yogurt. I didn't end up making this one, actually. I was going to. We ran out of time. The kids ran out of time. And also, we ended up with storage. Because we had so much we had to freeze, we had capacity problems to put any jars in. Brekkie bars and some more breakfast muffins. So that's a sneak peek. That is actually not everything. that is because a lot of them were created recipes we did as well. There was some muesli bites we had, and some other things. And I can't. Oh, we also did the potato bake in a big tray and then reheated that in our little butane cooker, which caught on fire. So we had not only an interesting prep to our camping trip, we had a very interesting and memorable camping trip. And yes, and we're back, and the car saga is not over yet. So it's been a bit crazy, hence the reason I've been a bit quiet. But please don't ever hesitate to reach out. If you have a question when you are making a recipe, I was offline for a few days, but I'm back online. Please just reach out, ask your questions. I'm here to help you get the most out of it. As you've got friends and family who are curious about a Thermomix, get in touch because you can get a $100 referral code. It means when they buy a Thermomix, you get $100 for it, which is pretty amazing. That's on until Christmas, okay? So yeah, if you've got a question, you've got someone around you thinking about a Thermomix, please don't let them jump on the Thermomix Australia website and buy. Please make sure they come through directly to a consultant. You've got my details over there. You've got my website as a resource and tool. There are so many downloadables under the inspiration up the top. You've got all the ones that I've done. I think I've done like 20 of those downloadables. You'll find even a healthy snack one on there. I will start putting those resources up for you over the next few days as well. But I'm here to help you. If you live in Australia, no matter where you live, let's jump online. Let's cook together. I've got a cook along coming up end of month. Keep an eye out for those details. That'll be in my next newsletter, which hopefully I'll get to. I'd like to say later this week. Realistically, it might be early next week. But otherwise, guys, take care. I hope you're loving your Thermomix. I hope you're getting the most out of it. I hope it's serving you really well so that when life does get crazy, you know that you can easily, within 20 minutes, have dinner on the table and it's not stressful. It's one less thing to worry about, in your day to day. So I really hope that's what it does to serve you well. I know it's served us super well the last 2 weeks as things have been a little crazy, as our one car family has become zero. And at the fate of, thankfully, some very generous friends who are helping us get what we need to get, and family members. So, otherwise, guys, have a fantastic day. Reach out if I can help you in any way. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video very, very soon. Probably later today or tomorrow. Take care, and I'll see you then. Bye, guys.